Hello and welcome to a short training video on Db2 table editor. As you can see, when we enter table editor, you're presented with a simple menu. We'll quickly work through these and then we'll jump into how to use the table editor. So let's first look at the user sessions. So these control how the data you get back, how you get it back, the locking you're taking, etc. The two main ones is the result set limit. Am I going to limit the amount of results I'm getting back? Yes or no. You can put yes there, and I've got a silly limit, but you could put 10, 20 in there and control the amount of rows you're getting back. Do I want to lock the table? So I've got an exclusive mode, shared mode, basically issuing a lock table command. And if data is locked, do I want to skip it or do I want to sit and wait for it? And so there's various other options here. Display the hidden columns. If you have any hidden columns, do you still want to see them? Down at the bottom, we have print to file options. You can export the result sets to a CSV file. You can then use that outside of the tool. And I've got it set automatically, so I don't have to worry about that. But they're the main options here. Option number one, these are all the subsystems that I've defined to table editor. I'm going to be using IA1A here, but I could choose any of the others. Within the product, there is a log kept as to what has been going on. You can see whether we can do update, deletes, inserts, edits. So, and you can have a look at any that have been done. I can change it to a timestamp to have a look at a particular time or by a particular user, for example, CST Hub. That's everything that they have been doing recently. I can then export that data. So if I wanted to audit any usage of it, I could either here or I could export the log and I could then process it outside. So let's start looking at the table. So I've got a set of tables that are high-level qualifier of creator of Tom C with a name like GLW. So this is the first screen that you're going to be shown. So it's a list of tables meeting your criteria and some basic information. So from here, I can have a look at the count of rows on each table. I've just run stats, so they should match. Or I can select a table to process further. So if I do a select here. So I've selected this table to process. I've selected a table and this is the setup I get here. So all the columns, because I've decided not to hide any or anything like that. In here, I can put the order by, I can put a where clause in, I can remove a column from the result set. If I go here and I put a character's first name, I know I seem to have caps lock on. I'm just going to have a look and see here. So I can either go into edit the table. Here we go, here's Frank. I could browse the table, put cursor on browse and press enter, and here we go. There is everything across all of the columns. If I wanted to write some more complex SQL, I can go into SQL and here we go. I can then start putting in the more complex where statements here. I can remove columns, etc. If I could put in a where clause here and then I could turn around and say yes. I can do a save and I'll save that profile. So now table profile exists. I can call it back up and use. As you can see here, we support retrieval of data as of so temporal data. We have the accelerator. We could use that. Other quick thing, if I want to check account again, I can see how much that where clause will return. I think there's 43 rows or 49 rows in here, but there's only one Frank. As I showed you before, I could take the random. So I've taken out two columns. Okay, so I get warnings that these columns are required to do it. So I am it's been disabled. They have no defaults after them. So you're protected from that type of problems. I'm going to just type them back in. I could do include all select columns. So that's all the basic screen. So let's go and edit. Good old Frank. And let's change his middle name. Okay, so we immediately change to an update. So I can now do, which will then give me the option to, do I really want to save it? So I can press enter, and now Frank's changed his name. If we have a look on this row, we'll see that we have a XML if you put the cursor on here and hit F4, we could then go down and edit the XML document. Not much of an Excel document here, but you get the idea. So yeah, PF4 is the expand command, so you can either type expand or you can hit PF4. So other commands available, got the ability to insert a row, data row, delete, repeat, very similar to the ISPF options. So let's have a look at repeat. If I try and insert this now, it's going to give me an error because obviously the key is wrong. So if I put Frank, and let's do that. If I now do save, it's in there. Very nice and simple to do. You can view the history if you've got history tables defined. Unfortunately, I don't on this table. That's the editing of the tables. Browse is very similar. You can only see things, but if we have a look at the form, you can get the data presented in a different format. So that is export was the next thing. A few setups. You can print when you're in edit. This is just how you can print rows, page, characters per line, etc. So that's the setup for it. And then if you want to do it, you just put print X. See sort, right? So you can go in, you can define how you want things to be sorted on here. Column orders, which order you want the columns, etc. You can make this a permanent view, or you can reset back to the old one. And across the top, you can fix columns, you can order them, you can change the sizes of them, etc. Quite comprehensive there. To delete, let's get rid of this rogue Frank. You get prompted for it as well. Rather than just save, you can go ahead and do that. And we come through here. So that's basically table editor. And again, you can select however you want. If we now go into the log, let's take the incorrect user ID out. And that's what I've been doing at the moment. I'm only looking for updates. So okay, so I'm only looking for updates. So now I can. So this has been the reading of those tables. I can do any of the inserts and deletes. So that's table editor. Oh, the export. The one thing I forgot to show you was export. Let's pick one with a bit of data in it. We'll select this one. We're going to edit, and we're going to do export. There we go. Straight away, I can go into this and I can go and have a look and see what that delimited file. Okay, so there we go. Straightforward. Sure, we've all seen a delimited file, but yeah, to prove that it goes there. Now, if you have Db2 administration tool, if you go into that and you call up a table, stick with Frank. Let's just pick one at random. You can define a line command called edit, and that takes you straight through into the where you can select your where clause. So it interfaces directly with the Db2 administration tool. I think that's about it for table editor. As I like to say, it does exactly what it says on the tin. You have the capability to edit data, browse data, set where clauses. You can use your own SQL for defining the rows in the table. You can export it, you can print it, and you get an audit table. You get an audit of everything that's been done. So thank you very much for listening to this, and hope you find this useful. Thank you.